Welcome back to Alma, Missouri, everybody. Episode 7. Look at this. We got some ducklings growing. Actually, quite a few of them. I think what we're going to have to do... Let's check out the... Yeah, there's a lot here. Let's try to restrict this reproduction again. Otherwise, it's going to get crazy with the food supply. We'll see how that does, and then keep an eye on that. In today's episode, we have to finish up planting our peas over there. There's a little bit left to do. We have to actually get the silos placed down. So we need to figure out a good spot to put those. Let's see, we needed... I guess we got one. We'll probably have to do liquid fertilizer, I think, for our other planter. We may get to that in this episode, we may not. We do have to tackle that alfalfa. So we got to keep an eye on that. So I'm trying to think the best spot to put these containers, because when we're dealing with our fields, for the most part, it'll be probably these ones behind there. I mean, eventually I kind of want to get some across the road too. I just want to make sure it's in a decent spot. It probably almost should go over here, shouldn't it? We'd have to move some equipment, maybe. It doesn't feel right over here. Yeah, I think this spot right here would be good. We might have to move these. Oh, maybe we can get by with them. Yeah, so we need a seed bin as well as a... Well, we're going to need both the fertilizer tanks, I think, eventually, but we'll start with the dry fertilizer here. So that's what we need right now. We'll get that grass cutter out of the way. We're actually going to need it right away anyway after we finish planting, because we do want to get as much alfalfa as we can this year. So we might as well take this fork off here too. Like so. Yeah, I do want to upgrade to a bigger grass cutter at some point, but like I said, we got priorities right now, and this wasn't too bad of a working with. But there is one more bigger one that we can get a pull behind, and then another unit that goes on the front. But we'll just hold on. We do have a bigger tedder, so that tedder can actually be sold when we're ready to head back to the sale point. Okay. Container. I think we'll have it... Yeah, let's just set one here. And then we're also going to need the seeds. We might as well take care of that as well. Now, let's just go... something like that. So I don't think this is going to be very cheap to fill. Holy moly. Yeah, we're going to have to... 5,000 liters at 26 cents. Let's try that. See how far that gets us. And then we'll get some seeds. Seeds ain't too bad. We'll go ahead and fill that up all the way. Perfect. Should have enough room to get around here. We can squeeze by without banging everything. Actually, this might not work the more I think about it, because of the conveyor. This could be a big problem. We'll see if this truck... I hope this works. We can put it into the auger trailer, and then we should be able to extend our auger and use it like you should be able to. So we'll try this. Looks like that works. We got the seed. And then we'll do some fertilizer here. Yes, actually this will work out pretty good, I think. So we actually filled it up already with 5,000, so it's empty already. But that's the purpose of having a multi-slotted tank here. Do some seeds, do some fertilizer, and then we still got lime in the back. There we go, we got her. It turns out I had the wrong compartment open on the back of the unit here. So that is all the lime. I think we're gonna end up having to buy more. Oh man, this stuff is expensive. So yeah, then I gotta switch it back to... Maybe we shouldn't go too crazy with the seeds because we're gonna need some too for the... Yeah, let's hold off on the seeds. We'll just leave what we have in the truck. Yeah, so the seeds come up first when you open the compartment back there. I'm glad that worked because I was getting a little frustrated, I'll admit. But we got her. It's a big unit, that's for sure. But sometimes it comes with its own challenges. Alright, let's head back on down. We'll finish planting the peas. And then we'll get on to that alfalfa harvest. Get some bales out of that. And then we'll see what we have time left for planting our cotton. So it looks like we'll be getting 10,379. We can probably repaint that. Get a little bit more money out of it. Not much. On the previous episode, for those that are just joining us or didn't watch it, we got the biggest header that there is. It was in the sales. It saved us so much money. We also have the cattle trailer, which we could get those cattles loaded up at some point and get them sold. I think we'll maybe do that more towards some down months, probably during the next winter. But yeah, we got the biggest header that's going to save us a lot of time. I've been thinking on the drive down here, and I think what we really should do is we will make grass bales instead of hay this round, and then we could feed the grass bales to the sheep. I think we'll make some wool out of the sheep. How many do we have actually? There's quite a bit. And that's all they take is grass. I think we might have to get some water for them. I'm not absolutely sure if that's true. Well, I guess I can't haul anymore with this anyway. We'll have to make another trip to get a water tank. If that's the case, I'm probably sure that... Go ahead. I'm probably sure that that's how it's going to be. But we do have a water point at the farm there with the, well, the wind water pump that we have. Header is actually 17 meters wide. That's going to be really fast to do that. 100 horsepower, so we could easily do it with our other tractor. But like I said, I think we'll hold off on this round. We'll make some grass bales, and then we can get those sheep going. Actually, it's putting more stuff outside than inside. It's crazy. We'll save the inside, I think, for parking our tractors and all that good stuff, our shop. Speaking of which, we're still gonna have to get like a toolbox or something to fix up our equipment. Okay, so what I want to do... How is our worker getting on? Actually, fairly well. Just like I hoped. What we'll do, since we're gonna make some grass bales... Alright, let's check in on the sheep here too and figure out how exactly that is going to work. I believe they have the barn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it looks like we dumped the grass here. We got, well, almost 300 is where we top out. So we actually get quite a bit of wool, I think. Where does this, the spawn point's right here. Yeah, I think we will... It doesn't look like we have to worry about water either, which is very handy. We will go ahead and make some grass bales. We're going to have to configure this baler here so we can actually get the bigger width. And I believe there was no trigger in our shop to do so. I'll check again real quick. Oh man. Yeah, we gotta use the big bay. Cameras up here too, look at that. High surveillance. Yeah, so there is like a caution tape ribbon. Okay, there is a wrench here. Perfect. So we should be able to just drive right into the... I guess I had the icons turned off last time so I couldn't see where they were at. We'll go for the maximum width here. We'll be able to pop these bales out like crazy. I think it was like $30,000 upgrade if I remember correctly. Customize. Yeah, so if we max it out, 37,000, but we're going from 10.3 meters to 20, so we're doubling our width here. So that's huge. Let's do that. Sure, it looks nuts. Almost hitting the ceiling up there. Almost. Can we get out? Just barely. Yes. It's gonna be insane how quickly we'll be able to do this. But it's all about streamlining the process here. I can't... Another thing I wanted to do is try to reset this bale counter. It hasn't been working. I do the Control X and it just folds on me. So keypad 6, let's try that. Yeah, that ain't gonna work either. I did change some of the things around when I got a side panel here that I kind of use. Oh man, it folds out way crazier. I did not see that coming. That is insane. Holy moly. There we go. Got the biggest bales, 240. Holy moly. Yeah, this is the way to go. We're gonna catch up to the hay cutter, I think. Okay, we did miss a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. I think it might be the angle of the field. Guess we could always get it next time we cut again. Yeah, I think... Ooh, yeah, it's not working as good as I have hoped. I guess we'll just do the best we can. We're gonna miss some here and there. Doesn't seem like it should be that bad, but... we got a nice speed here, too. 12 miles an hour. Ah, look at that. I was right. We caught right up. We had to help them out once. That will be something that will be great when Farm Sim 25 comes out, where the workers will actually be able to do the fields appropriately. I don't know if we'll be able to do baling for them. I'll wait on that top row because I think the bales screw up the worker. I still can't get over that working width on this baler. This is insane. But we'll go ahead and get started on our auto stack pickup. And I think what I'm going to try to do with this is we'll take the entire stack and we should just be able to plop it right outside the barn, unless we have to push it in there. But if we can just keep them stacked outside that barn, it won't look very pretty, but they'll be able to, well, just use as they need. We won't have to keep babysitting them. Probably actually be one of the more streamlined animals. Hopefully, once we get into the beef cows, hopefully that ain't gonna become crazy of a chore. But we'll have to see how that goes. That'll be the last one we do. We probably will end up selling those cows this year for some extra cash, because we're gonna need it. The only thing is, man, we make trips back and forth. We almost want to get our beef cows right away, but they are going to cost more, so... But if we're in dire need, maybe we'll just go one way and then get the cows sold and just wait on the beef cows. Because it is a bit of a commitment to do cows compared to the chickens and the sheep, which are pretty much able to take care of themselves. Although the capacity we have on these feeding bins and such, we could just give them a bunch of food and we're usually good for a few months, which is way helpful. I'm hoping that these sheep take alfalfa grass bales. It just says alfalfa. But the cows definitely worked for the hay when we did that, so it should work. And like I said, I don't know if we have to push them into the barn. I can't see the hitbox. But if we could just stack them outside, it'll be good for a long time. Alright, let's get as close as we can. Alright, here goes everything. Yes, it works. So they took, like, what, 7 bales? Let's check. 50,000 liters. They are good. We might want to restrict the reproduction on these as well. We'll do that for now. That's a lot. That's a lot. Well, actually, there wasn't much left. It goes up to 300. let's just let them finish out, and then we'll see how that goes. There's a little one running around. I'm so glad that that works, so stacking it up like that, because it's going to save us a lot of hassle. We could probably put another stack right in front of it. And then when the time comes, we can just push them in. Well, excellent! I'm going to get tackling, finishing this field, and then, I suppose we'll have to get our planter purchased. And we get started on that cotton. Okay, I think we're going to put the smaller stack here on the side, but I would say we got quite a bit of bales here for the sheep. They should be good for a while, I think. Try to come out straight. We are definitely packed in here. Let that get folded up. Look at this. We already got a pallet of wool started. I think that's going to get crazy as well. Alright, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to advance, and then we'll get that planter sold. And we're going to get a direct drill for planting, and then we'll get started on the cotton. Let's look at what we have kind of eye up for our planter. I think we're going to go with that. Yeah, we kind of said this actually already. This Kinsey one, it's going to take liquid fertilizers. We got to put up a liquid fertilizer tank as well. That stuff is not cheap. 350 horse. But it'll save us some time. And we will be paying or having to get a loan sooner than later. Alright, let's leave this here and we'll take a nap. Alright, welcome to May. Let's check the sales while we're here. Hopefully we could get lucky, but that's not gonna happen. There's a slurry injector, but the working with is pretty small now when we're talking about how big our equipment is getting. Alright, we'll head down. Get this sold. And then we'll get the new one. And then, like I said, we'll have to put a liquid tank up. And it looks like we'll be getting 76,667. And let's go ahead and purchase that planter. $18 working with. Direct drill, right? Let's double check that. Yes. And we get fertilizer. 249,500. Ooh. And our cotton harvester is going to be 900,000. So yeah, we're going to be in a ridiculous amount of debt. But it is what it is. All right. We are all set. Let's get this thing topped up. I think originally I wanted to put the liquid tank over here on the left side of this. But as we're coming in, it's almost like you want to be able to swing in and just grab what you need. So I think I'm going to put it actually where this baler is. We're going to have to move that. And that'll make it nice so you can just fill up, swing around. Especially if we're going out the front door to get some... I suppose we could have put it on that back side too. Would that have made more sense? Like putting it like right here? Yeah, you know what? That might have made more sense. Then you got a nice turnaround. Yeah, we didn't think when we did this. We could probably move those other bins at another time once we start getting some more money and such. Only thing is these augers could be an issue. Yeah, let's put this here. And then I think that's what we'll do is we'll end up kind of just swinging in and around. And that would only make sense. Okay, this is not gonna be cheap. We'll do 10,000 liters. We'll see how far that gets us. Yeah, as you can see, if the other bin was here, it'd be hard to swing in like this. Open cover. There we go. We had to open the cover. 10,000 liters. Looks like we should be able to get it full. Easily. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do this when we swing around. We'll have to take some thought when we do that. And then our seed. I think we still had some seed in here. There we go. Excellent. Covered up, ready to go. And we want to do cotton. It's going to be a crazy investment to get going on this. $18 It's still going to take us quite a while to do this field too. That's the insane part. Alright, everything looks good. Drop her down. Let's just do a check. That looks really good. Everything's perfect. Again, weeds are going to be coming up. We probably got a bunch of weeds over on our pea field. We'll make a loop over there and see what it looks like. And then I think we'll end up wrapping up, and then we'll finish the rest of this on the next episode. Alright, we made it around. Looks like our peas definitely have some weeds in there. I've never seen the peas grow up before. Again, they're not in the supported game. This was for this map, so it's interesting to see that. That's a lot of weeds. So we're going to want to get a... Man, yeah, there's a lot of costs here for everything we got to get. We might actually end up having to rent the cotton harvester when the time comes. Otherwise, we're going to be ridiculously in debt. And I don't know what the interest would be on like $1 million loan. Maybe we could get out of it pretty quick, but I don't know. Alright, here we go. One lap completed. And bam. So I think what we'll do is we will leave the rest of this for the next episode. Before we close out, I want to check the sheep and see how they're doing. Looks like we got a ridiculous amount of wool. The bales still look like they're good. Yes, they are. This could get really nuts. Where's that wool gonna sell? Livestock bale sell point for 3,000. We get some decent money out of this, and if we're gonna... That might not be a bad thing to do too with that, instead of selling hay bales. But we could do both. That's crazy. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there for today's episode, and again, we will continue on with the cotton planting, and we will have to get a sprayer for our peas, because it's going to get ridiculous. Actually, we're going to need it for the cotton as well. Definitely one with spot spraying, though. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.